crap, here we are. It's a new week and I don't have any projects on my plate. I'm entirely unmotivated. I've got a script for 2 terrible movies either no one cares about or virtually no one's heard of. Why bother giving a bad review for a movie no one's in danger of seeing? I'm committing the first sin of making a YouTube video not having anything to say. I've been watching a show called Borgia's lately, and it's amazing. But the topic is about religion, and Lord only knows, even in a room full of intelligent people I love and respect, this wouldn't inspire anything other than hate and bile. Borgia's it is. The series, or rather the multiple series, I've started to watch are Borgia's Faith and Fear, as well as Borgia, formerly famous for its slot on Showtime. Both series are around Rodrigo Borgia, who through some clever and lengthy blackmail, bribery, and cunning, became Alexander VI and the new Pope. Now, some of you might be saying, what if I hate religion? Is this gonna bug me? Not likely. There are so many screw-ups shown in the church that this is gonna be right up your alley. From murder to adultery to paganism to sodomy to so forth and so on. If you hate religion, you're gonna be like a pig in shit during this show. Which brings me to the flip side of the coin. What if you're truly devout? Or only mildly lapsed? Personally, I'm fond of religion, drama, and history, and most of all, bullshit. And this show rather hits the sweet spot for all of these. I have to profess, it wasn't until I got a little further in this series that I found out that there was a Borgia line that originated in Spain and rose to power in Rome. Now, watching either of these shows, are you seriously going to learn anything? Not particularly. Most of the crimes shown on the show are things various historical characters are suspected of, and the writers, to create a fun ride, took some literal license. One of the main characters, Juan Borgia, Rodrigo's oldest son, who Rodrigo is grooming to be a secular ruler. Cesare Borgia, the Pope's youngest son who's pushed along into a path of spirituality, and Rodrigo's daughter, Lucrezia Borgia, late to the game of the family's manipulation and is constantly forced to play catch-up while her father keeps trying to marry her off as a bargaining chip. The whole family line, as you might have guessed, it is severely flawed. The father is driven by ambition and lust, Cesare is driven by the need to be right with God in his anger, Juan, being the oldest, is showered in his father's good graces and handed position, rank, and title hand over fist and quickly becomes spoiled. Lucrezia starts off as a well-to-do young woman, very resistant to this whole lifestyle, but it's ultimately dragged down into her family's debauchery. It's all a marvelous train wreck. Some of you might be saying, is this Game of Thrones? There's a finite number of supporting characters, a fair amount of them die, but it's not the giant clusterfuck that Game of Thrones is. Moreover, outside of one nun exhibiting stigmata, there is 0 supernatural gimmicks in this show. The difference between Faith and Fear and the Showtime Borgia show is that the Showtime show is a bit more tongue-in-cheek. Rodrigo Borgia's perversion feel more comical in the Showtime show. Lucrezia Borgia is more able to hit the ground running easier in the non-Faith and Fear show. Juan is less incompetent. Cesare seems to be a less troubled zealot. They're both good shows, but for me I found Faith and Fear made the characters feel deeper. The schemes in Faith and Fear are set up better, as well as Rodrigo's rise to the position of pulp. Where the Showtime Borgia show succeeds is Rodrigo Borgia is far more hedonistic. He holds a celebration ripped straight out of a pagan holiday and burns a bull in celebration, which one could easily be seen as a throwback to the golden bull in the Moses tale. I'm sure there's more than one interpretation for that scene. Again, both of these shows are strictly for entertainment value, which means you're going to have to do some digging for the actual history, unless you want to come off sounding like a rube at a party, trying to cite Dancing with Wolves as legit history for Indians. Personally, what keeps me from being offended all throughout the show are the twists and turns. I'm far too interested in seeing what happens next to ever bother to want to turn the show off.